When is this movie going to get the live adaptation treatment? Sword in the Stone, starring Karl Swenson, Rickie Sorensen, Junius Matthews, Martha Wentworth, and directed by Wolfgang Reitherman. The 1963 classic Disney animated film tells the origin story of King Arthur, who is just a young boy called Wart at the start of the movie. Merlin discovers the young adolescent and decides to take him under his wing to educate him about the world. Merlin and Wart go on adventures which teach Arthur about the world and how to think past dangerous situations. It's a fun, fast-paced story with a good, kind-hearted hero and an eccentric teacher. Sword in the Stone still holds up with its great story and awesome characters. The film can still be enjoyed by kids who are now used to 3D animation. The movie is fantastic due to how its story unfolds. The three separate adventures give the film a quick pace, and anyone of any age can be engaged in the story. It is one Disney movie which doesn't get as much praise as other Disney classics, but it is still one of the best. Each separate adventure Wart goes on is fun to watch, and can actually be separated out into its own unique story. Even the initial meeting with Merlin is enchanting and entertaining. We get to see the magic the wizard can do and be mesmerized right along with young Arthur. The first adventure with the fish still has some of the best animation and will keep you on the edge of your seat while Wart tries to escape the monster in the moat. The squirrel adventure is fun and comedic with how the girl squirrels harass Wart and Merlin, and it still makes me laugh. The last adventure with Wart being a bird is cut short due to the introduction of Mad Madam Mim and the fantastic wizard duel. There is not a better sequence in Sword in the Stone than the wizard duel. Watching it as a kid, this was the best part of the entire film, and it still holds up after countless watches. Each change of creature in the duel is clever and funny. The animation it took to make those changes drawing by hand must have been incredibly hard, but it is seamless in the movie. The amount of time and effort which went into each individual still frame is inspiring to think about. The duel in particular because of how many changes each wizard went through. I could watch the sequence of Wart arriving at Mim's house through the end of the wizard duel on repeat. It never gets old, and how Merlin ends up winning is still one of the best twists. I always liked how he changed into animals who are aggressive, but generally not thought of as tough, whereas Mim picked the aggressive carnivore animals. Disney may never do a live-action adaptation of Sword in the Stone, simply because people may just not want it. It isn't one which is held up as an all-time classic, but it has always been one of my favorites. I think a live-action adaptation would work if you could find the right actor to play Wart. For Merlin, let's just throw a big pile of money at Ian McKellen. He can be Gandalf and Merlin. There are many other people capable, but he would be perfect. They would need to beef out the story just a bit, and they could add in another adventure, or maybe just extend one sequence a little bit more. With the impressive animations found in Jungle Book, it shouldn't be too hard to switch back from their live-action human characters into the animals, and to make these changes believable. A live-action version of this film may never happen, but I know I would show up for opening night. Sword in the Stone is a great movie, and one from my childhood I can still enjoy today. I do think the film is timeless, and people will be able to enjoy it for years to come. I do hope this film eventually gets a live adaptation treatment, but people still can enjoy the old one. I just would really like a King Arthur story done in this fashion. Comment and let me know what you think of Sword in the Stone. What Disney film should get the next live adaptation treatment? Like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching.